Hello and welcome. We have played the pre-season. We've had a fiddle with FM23. Today, we get the Premier League underway. Hello and welcome along to episode 2 of this new series here on FM23 Beta Save. It's making Chelsea stand proud at the Stamford Bridge. At the bridge, I think is where we're going with that. And my name's Mark. And on today's episode, we have the first 2 games of the season here in the Premier Division. Crystal Palace and West Ham get us underway. As you will see, we've played all the friendlies and the only one that we didn't really do particularly well in was the game against Real Madrid. Hopefully that's not a bad sign when we get into Champions League or whatever it is that we're playing in European-wise this year. But, yeah, it's not too bad a pre-season. I have just realised, though, that we need to reset the view and customize current view. No, not what I want to do. Yeah, I've just realised that I haven't done that, which is pretty poor. Which means we need to go into Football Manager 22, interviews. We've got Lelujo schedules in here and all sorts, but I'm not sure that's the one actually. No, it's not. I'm not sure what I do with my. I'm going to have to play around with this later because obviously what I normally do is I normally have the goal scorers and what have you on there. So I will have a play with it in a minute and try and work out what I've done with that. Because I'm sure it's saved in my other. I will check it out. I will check it out and sort it all out before we move on. To things. What's been happening since you were last with us, apart from the pre-season games? Not a great deal. We haven't done anything in transfers. It's a bit pants, to be fair. Dennis Zakira coming in on loan from Juventus, but that was done before we arrived. There isn't really anybody else. We've had a couple of goings out, I think. A few goings out, in fact. What's going on here? Oh. That's better. Right, yeah, a few going out, a few out on loan. Ben Elliott is the only one that we've sold. In fact, Teddy Sharman Lowe has gone to Sheffield United for 200,000. Ben Elliott has gone to Norwich for 500,000. There are a few loan outs. We've brought Amari Hutchinson in from Arsenal. He's gone out on loan to Portsmouth. But apart from that, there's not a lot of activity going on. We're still having a look to see if we can get and fill some of the slots that we want. But there are 2 factors to this. Is one, we only have just 15 million transfer budget, so we're going to have to sell somebody in order to bring somebody in. And our wage budget, we're very, very close to the wage budget. We've done a few other things going on, so we've only got about 80,000, which if you look at some of the players that we're after, or potentially in the slot, we have an issue because they're wanting silly wages in order to come to us. So something's got to give somewhere. We've got to offload a player, 1, to give us a transfer budget, 2, to open up a bit of a chasm in the wages in order to bring somebody in. I think reality says we're only going to probably manage to bring 1 player in this window, and then we're going to have to hope that we can generate some cash somehow or other to give us some transfer money into the January window, but we'll see how we get on. We haven't got a bad team, all in all, so we can live in hope, I think, is the track that we're going. One thing we didn't do in the previous episode, which we will do now, let's have a quick look at the season preview. It has us down as being third, a 9-2 third place. We have Reece James in the Media Dream 11 and Raheem Sterling in the Dream 11 as well. So they're the only 2 players that we do have in the Dream 11. Anybody else in there? No other key players, so it's just pretty much it. Reece James and Raheem Sterling, the only 2 in there, which doesn't bode well. I'm in there as well. New managers, right? Okay, so we've got new managers: Chris Wilder at Bournemouth, De Zerbi at Brighton, and Ten Hag, obviously at Men UFC. So let's do no more. Let's get on with the episode, and the first game of the episode is against Crystal Palace. And this is the team that faced Crystal Palace in the opening match in the Premier League. Mendy is in goal. Cucurella, Silva, Fofana and James are our backline. In front of them, Kovic and Kante. Pulisic, Mount and Sterling are attacking midfield, with Havertz up front. On the bench, Arrizabalaga, Chalobah, Gallagher, Brozier, Azapakator, I'll get it right, Jorginho, Abangabang, Chilwell and Ziyech all on the bench. Remembering that we do have 5 changes we can make this season, but the good news is strength on that bench is looking very, very good. And we're underway here at Stamford Bridge. Mount with the corner, and it's cleared. And Crystal Palace come away with the ball. They're playing in a very dark colour for Fanta. Mendy, Cucurella for Fanta. Thiago Silva. Cucurella back to Thiago Silva, looking for a way through. Kovacic, Fofana, Kante, who's already picked up a yellow card. We're only 3 minutes in, for goodness sake. Sterling gets a bit of space and Havertz. He's been doing all that pre-season. He's offside, though. Only problem, he gets himself into a good place, just poaches goals, but oh no, it's been given. He wasn't offside. Right, we'll see it now from the other thing. That's his first goal of the season then, but he's been doing this all pre-season. Raheem Sterling won that ball round the back of Mitchell, and Havertz scoring. We'll see now, the line will appear at the point of ball. There it is. Ball has actually gone backwards. Well, Havertz was behind when the Cucurella to Silva then. I think we've got a bug because we've got the play button here at the top, which is just showing. There we go. Still showing play. Pulisic then through to Mount. Mount's made a good run there, and he's had a go and he scored. We are 2 up against Crystal Palace after not much more than 4 minutes. 2 in very quick succession. Lovely ball through to Mount. Mount, no support, decided that he'd have a go and put it away. So 2-0. 3 minutes and 4 minutes. Puts us top of the table for what it's worth at this point in time. And Crystal Palace come out from the back. Sterling, long ball across, but it's headed clear, but only as far as Cucurella. Cucurella looking to try and get across in. Couldn't do it. Kovacic. Kante from the edge of the area. And excellent third goal with barely 17 minutes on the clock. Kante, swerving ball, curling ball, put that away sweetly. And I just realised Edouard is playing for Crystal Palace. Ball swung out wide to Wilfried Zaha, but James is there. He's won the ball back. Pass it to Kante. Kante swings it out right to Cucurella. Cucurella to Kovacic. It's over the top. Hurwitz is going to get onto it and puts it away for the fourth. This is his second goal of the season, looking a little bit like a rout, to be fair. We are 18 minutes into the game and we're 4-0 up. Blisteringly hot at the moment. And Havertz is on a hat-trick already. As we come up to half-time. Half-time has arrived. No more goals. 4-0 at half-time. We've had 12 shots, 6 of which are on target, hitting my 50%, 1.57 on the XG, 72% possession. Tells its story, really. And, well, let's see what's going to happen in the second half. And we're back for the second half. Klein is on for Crystal Palace. Come towards the hour mark. Mount with a free kick. He's swung that in, but nobody there. Raheem Sterling wins the ball, though. Mount has another go from distance. That ball curling just a little bit too high, though. And it goes over. Another free kick just inside their half. Havertz to Kovacic. Kovacic holds the ball up. Havertz is lurking. He's had a go from the inside the area, but it was a bit of a tame shot. Johnson more than equal to that. Johnson launches one. Fofana heads it down to Kante. Thiago Silva to Cucurella. Through. Havertz on a hat-trick. He's got his hat-trick. 5-0 with 62 minutes on the clock. Cucurella, lovely through ball. It was almost speculative in a way, but Hurwitz managed to get a boot to it and put it away. They've made a number of changes now. Edouard is also off. And Kovacic has picked up a bruised thigh. Should be able to nurse him through, but we might not need to. Right, Kovacic can come off for Jorginho. Tempted to take off Reece James, but in fact, let's take Havertz off and give Aubameyang a run up front. We'll just do those two changes for the moment. We can do 3 changes, I believe. Aubameyang and Jorginho both complacent, which is never good, is it? We have a free kick. Central. Who's the player over the ball, though? I think we're just waiting for those changes. Hang on a minute. Who's this off here? Kovacic, which I think we've done the change. And yeah, he's coming off. We see the players going around the outside now. That was Mason Mount. And Johnson had to make the save. It was going in. Mount now with the corner. Swings it into the near post. Nothing doing. And it goes clear. 80 minutes comes. Let's have a look one more time. Reece James is pretty much time as a Azpilicueta. I'll get that right before the time's out can come on for him. I think we will also take Kante off on the basis that he's got a yellow card. And Conor Gallagher could come on for him. And we have one more change that we can make. And I'm tempted to bring off Fofana and bring on Caliber. I'm not going to lose this now. So, pump fists, make a difference. A number of players are complacent, which is a bit of a worry. As we head down to full time, 2 minutes of injury time, nothing else doing. It's all over. It's a 5-0 win, 4 goals in the first 18 minutes. Really set us up. And then Havertz just picking up his hat-trick on 62 minutes. Brought the game to its conclusion, really. Didn't need to do a lot more after that. 22 shots, 12 on target, 2.28. So we were well over the 50% and 68% possession. A good day at the office, I would say. And whilst it means nothing at this stage of the season, we have gone top, of course, based on the fact there's still quite a few teams to play, to be fair. But based on the fact that we put 5 past Crystal Palace there, we go top on goal difference from the first game. But it's always good to get that first win under your belt, even if I say so myself. Right, next up, West Ham, who I'm not sure if this is home or away. West Ham away at the London Stadium. And then we've got Manchester City of all teams. And that man, that bulk of a man called Erling Haaland. We're going to meet him. So without any more to do, let's have a look at the team that will face West Ham. And here is the team that will face West Ham in the Premier Division or Premier League. And it's our first derby of the season, of course. Mendy continues in goal. Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Fofana and James continue as our backline. Jorginho and Kante in midfield. Pulisic, Mount and Sterling are attacking midfield with Havertz up front. Arrizabalaga in goal. On the bench, Chalobah, Ziyech, Abangimang, Cucurella, who picked up an injury, but seems to be okay again now. Gallagher, Broja, Calabalay, and Zakaria are all on the bench. Also picking up an injury in that last game, of course, was... where's he gone? I've lost him. I lost him again just now. And I've lost him again. Kovacic. And yes, he's picked up a bit of a knock, so he's not 100%. So he's resting this game out. Right, let's get on with the game and see if we can make a second victory of the season. And I'm not sure if FM we get these pre-matches at pretty much every game, or this is a televised game. I'm not sure, but here we go. We're underway. That one win. Comprehensive win. Southampton have gone top by playing 2 games. They've got 4 points from 2 games. Let's say still early days. And lots to play for. We're underway here at the London Stadium. Just realised actually, now that we've got the league table, we can actually put the league table in there. Reece James throws to Mount, our first highlight of the game. Had to come all the way back to Fofana. He was being chased. James crosses it for Pulisic. It's headed clear by the defence. Thiago Silva finds Reece James again. And West Ham obviously doing pressurising. Silva. Fofana. Jorginho. Jorginho comes inside. Havertz. Out wide to Chilwell, who's in acres of space, crosses it in. And Mason Mount with a flick. But the goalkeeper was there. forward. Fofana underneath it to Mount. Harvitz goes out wide to Raheem Sterling, who cuts in, and he was failed in the area, but nothing given. As Creswell comes away with the ball. Fofana, Jorginho. Did say in FM23 that would be more of those sort of tackles and things going in. Mount and whoa, what's going on there? Now that was a bizarre goal. It sort of hit the post, looked as if it went over the line. The goalkeeper was sort of like lost sight of the ball, presumably. And Mount was still alive to it. Here we go. Mount hits it. The goalkeeper pumps it on. It didn't go over the line, actually. And the goalkeeper hit it against the post, got up, it rolled between his legs, and Mount was lurking behind him and just put it away. Bizarre. But anyway, we go 1-up after 20 minutes. Mason Mount, the scorer. To add his tally for the season already. I'm not seeing how many he scored, actually. Mount, Pulisic, running for speed. Looked like he was going to try and curl that, but didn't really get a curl on it in the end. Raheem Sterling picking up a yellow card after 31 minutes. Kante picking one up after 38. Chilwell. So cleared up field. But Raheem Sterling back as a defender. Jorginho looking for space. Curls it into the corner. First goal of the season. And Jorginho in for Kovacic. And gets himself on the score sheet. Created the space for himself and then curled it beyond the goalkeeper into the side netting. And we go 2-up for Fofana to Kante to Thiago Silva. Coming up on half-time. Wide ball to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling cuts it back for James. James had a shot when I think really what he should have done was try to cross that ball. 2 minutes of injury time to be played in this first half. That long ball's Rice. Declan Rice is on it. I presume it's Declan Rice. Mendy equal to it. Declan Rice's shot was a bit pants in the end. Half-time has arrived. We've had 12 shots, 5 on target, 1.60 on the XG. They've had 3 shots, 1 on target, which was that one that right at the end there. 63% of the possession. We're doing okay, but I think we could do even more in the second half. Back for the second half. No changes at half-time. First highlight, a long ball from West Ham, headed down into the path, but that's a poor ball. Chilwell tidies up. Jorginho flicks one over the top, looking for Harvitz, and Harvitz has gone it. Oof. Defender, not sure what he was doing, but Harvitz was lurking behind him, and Mason Mount will swing this one in. And it's headed in for Fofana at the near post. His first goal of the season. We go 3-up. Fofana directed that in near post. And we get a highlight from kickoff. Definitely in control of this match now. Long ball over the top. Mendy is going to receive it just inside his area. Did have 1 foot out. I'm not sure whether that's allowed. I think the fact that he had 1 foot in the area still was okay. Chilwell looking for Pulisic, but defender is there. Declan Rice, what is he doing? Declan Rice, basically give that to Mount. I know they play in England together, but that's ridiculous. And gifted that to to Mason Mount, who's just going to say thank you very much. Who's this here? Is that Hervitz? I think it is. There's Mason Mount. There's Declan Rice. Mason Mount just ran across to him and gave the ball away. And Mason Mount wasn't going to mess around. Put that one in the back of the net. 4-0 then, with 55 minutes on the clock. Pulsic's not getting anywhere near that. Chilwell does, though, to Mount. And Mount wins, comes away with the ball. Pulsic, he's been fouled, but it's outside the area. Surely VAR isn't going to review whether it's a penalty or not. They are, but it's not. It's outside. If it's a penalty, then I'll eat me out, which is just as well because I'm not wearing one. Right, Mount right on the corner of the penalty area. Swings it in. It's deep, but defended well and headed clear. They have a corner now. Creswell with the corner. Swings it in. It's headed out. Back to Creswell. And a lovely shot there from Paraquet. I think it's Paraquet, is it? Paqueta. And the hour marker's come and gone. Looking at that stat we saw there briefly. West Ham have got back into it in the last 10 minutes or so. Zuma back to the goalkeeper. Well, that's a poor ball. Raheem Sterling wins it, but then gives it away. And they come forward. And as I say, they have had a bit more of it just recently. Bowen and Chilwell wins that ball. Pulsic will pick it up. I notice he's picked up a yellow card now as well. Pulsic comes inside the area. Crosses to Havertz. And that's number 5. We've scored 5 for the second game in a row. And Havertz have been fairly quiet up until that point. Crossed in and almost straight through the goalkeeper. 5-0 up after 7 minutes of this game. Sorry, 7 minutes, did I say? 67 minutes of this game. Chilwell. And we're looking change-wise shortly. Jorginho is robbed by Antonio. Zuma. Declan Rice, who's had a poor game. Kante getting there again. Ball forward. And Bowen has won it. Chilwell's out there with him. Chilwell has been doing a reasonable job on him. They may well score in a minute. It's looking very likely. And they come inside. Yes, it was coming. And they get one back. Our first goal that we've conceded this season. And it's poor. And I think with that highlight out of the way, we will look to make some changes. Not sure what was going on there. Giving too much room to too many players. Right. Time for changes then. Kante not had such a good game. Conor Gallagher for him. Pulsic off for Aubameyang. Mason Mount having a great game at the moment. We just do those two for the moment. What we're also going to do while we're here is we will have a look at the opposition instructions. Make sure things are good. Right, at the very least, we put all these on weaker foot. Apart from Antonio, we might stick him on a hard tackle. Oh, sorry, microphone. Right. Give a team talk. Tactics. Team talk. Pump fists. Go out and make a difference. All good. Let's go. I think we're too far out in advance for them to catch us now, but hopefully will have only been a consolation for them. 85 minutes on the clock now. Looking for a couple more changes, and Chilwell can come off for Cucurella. up a knock in that last game, but give him a chance to run it off. Raheem Sterling, who's not had too bad a day out there, and Ziyech can come on for him. That's 4 of our 5 changes. I think we'll leave the other one in abeyance. Three minutes of injury time. Cucurella, Mount, back to Cucurella. Cucurella twists and turns, finds Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva messes around and Lanzini comes in on him, but James is there to tidy up for Fana. James, Gallagher, Jorginho. And that was a bit speculative. Antonio surely is offside there, but it's well blocked. He was offside. Fano, Thiago Silva. Cucurella. Not a lot left of this game. Cucurella tries to get it into Mount. Mount, of course, looking for his hat-trick. Swings it out wide. James heads that down to Gallagher. Still time for Mount to get in there. And that ball put out. It's gone out for a corner. Ziyech with the corner from that far side. Swings it in, but it's headed clear. Mason Mount is there. Finds Jorginho. Jorginho swings it out for Ziyech. Ziyech back into the area. Looking for somebody to sweep it home, but it wasn't going to happen. And it's all finished. 16 shots, 9 on target. 2.10 on the XG. 62% possession against their 13 shots. 5 on target. So they didn't do too bad in the end. 1.87's probably deserved a second goal. 38%. So Lanzini's goal after 71 minutes was just literally a consolation. And as we look at the table after 2 games, still a lot of teams still to play, of course, including Liverpool, Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham. Manchester City have only played 1 game and drawn that game by the looks of it. But we are top of the table as it stands at the moment. 6 points out of our 2 games. Southampton had played 2 of their games and got 4 points. So there are a number of other teams still with a chance of getting maximum points, but we've done what we need to do. We just need to keep going. A plus goal difference of 9 currently, which is absolutely splendid. Right. The draw for the Champions League is made on the 25th of August. So I'm thinking we are going to come back potentially for that. And the question is, do we come back for Man City and that, or do we come back for Brentford? I'm not quite sure where the games come up because I'm short of going in. Let's have a quick look. Champions League. Here we go. If we look at the schedule, right, there's the draw. Group stage draw. First games are up on the 6th of September. 6th of September. So, no, down here somewhere. So that would probably be our future episode. We'll get the first Champions League game in. Right. I'm still undecided at the minute. It's every chance that what we'll do is we will come back for Manchester City because it's a big game with Erling Haaland and so on and so forth. Come back for the Manchester City match and the follow that with the Champions League draw and then probably the game against Brentford at home. And then we'll then come back for our first Champions League game in the episode after that. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the notification button. It does wonders here on YouTube. And also some comments. Let me know how you think things are going, what you want me to do once the full version is out. It will also keep you up to date with all future episodes of this series and any other new series as we release them, of course. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are currently going to be released every weekday at 4:15 p.m. That's pretty much until the full version comes out, which is 2 weeks tomorrow. And if you want to keep up to date what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2. Thanks for watching. See you for the next episode 3. It'll be out tomorrow. Till then, goodbye.